In today's video, we're going to talk about Subaru oil consumption. So, as a lot of you commented on the last video and on the Subaru quality decline video, a lot of you are experiencing oil consumption issues with your Subarus, as are a lot of new Subaru buyers that have bought Subarus in the last 10 years. Why are Subarus now consuming oil? What's the cause, and is there a way to fix it? So when we talk about Subaru oil consumption, we need to have a little bit of a history lesson to start with. So the EJ and EZ series engines and older engines across most manufacturers were built to pretty tight tolerances with the compression rings and the oil control rings and the valve guides and everything in the engine. You wanted it nice and tight and everything to be very precise for a good sealing, good running engine. Well, as time and friction get to that engine and those moving parts, they start to loosen up. Once they start to loosen up, you start to burn a little bit of oil amongst other things. If you've ever been at a traffic light and seen, let's say, an old pickup truck, that's the little cliche, most people have seen a raggedy old pickup truck, and it's sitting there idling beside you and it's puffing blue smoke, and it takes off and a big cloud of blue smoke or black smoke puffs out the tailpipe. That's normally from an issue with the valve guides or valve stem seals leaking, and engine oil is getting in the combustion chamber. When you're taking off, all that partially burned oil is coming out the exhaust pipe, and that's why you're seeing the puff of smoke. So, what is different in the newer F-Series engines? Well, with the newer F-Series engines, Subaru has been trying to increase their fuel economy. The Boxer engine is not the most economical engine design to start with. When you pair that with an all-wheel drive drivetrain, you're having even less fuel economy. It's extremely hard to get that kind of good gas mileage out of the Boxer engine, plus having to power all four wheels. That's a lot of unsprung weight, and that's a lot of friction to overcome through the differentials and the wheels and wheel bearings, etc. Compared to like an inline 4 V6 front wheel drive vehicle or rear wheel drive only vehicle. So, how can they improve their miles per gallon? Well, Subaru has been mandated by the EPA, as well as every other manufacturer, to get their miles per gallon up and get their consumption down. So how have they done that? One way they've done that is by going to the CVT transmission. The CVT transmission helps the Boxer engine stay in a more optimal RPM range. If you've got an older Subaru with a 4 EAT in it and you've been on the interstate 70, 80 mile an hour, you notice you're spinning like 3,000, 3,500, almost 4,000 RPM. So that engine is humming right along. Take that engine and put it with a CVT transmission, and at that speed you're going about 2,000 RPM, 2,500 RPM. So your engine speed is much less to maintain that speed on the highway, interstate, and your fuel consumption is less because of it. So the one big thing they did was to change up and go to the CVT transmission. Second thing they're doing is trying to alleviate friction in the engine. The less friction that the internal parts have to overcome, the more freer the power comes, and the more freer the power comes, the less fuel is needed to be consumed just to spin the engine over, make power, and propel the car down the road. So how can we lessen the friction in the engine? Well, those nice tight tolerances of the old engine creates a lot of friction. It seals up real well, and we don't have issues with oil consumption or low compression, etc., but we've got a lot of friction between those piston rings and the pistons and the cylinder bore and the valves and the valve guides and the rest of the camshaft, drivetrain, valve springs, etc. There's a lot of internal friction to overcome. So how do we overcome that? Well, we'll loosen up the engine a little bit. We'll loosen up the oil control rings, we'll loosen up the piston rings, we'll loosen up the tolerances between the valve and the valve guides. Take that friction out of the equation some. Make it a little more free turning, and we don't have as much power wasted in just turning the rotating assembly of the engine over. Well, on top of that, we've been running 5W30 conventional engine oil. What can we do there? Well, we're going to switch to 0W20 full synthetic engine oil. It helps break the friction down, bring the friction down in the engine. So, What does this have to do with our oil consumption issue that so many people are seeing now? Well, the fact that that engine is being built a little looser and we're putting really thin synthetic oil in there are the perfect recipe for oil consumption. More oil will work its way past the oil control rings into the combustion chamber. More oil can sneak down between the valve and the valve guide and the valve stem seal into the combustion chamber and be burned. So we didn't have this issue before, but now we have this issue. So what does Subaru say about this new oil consumption issue that's come up? Well, if you go to Subaru's website, when I checked it, I believe it was last night, I think it's subaru.com/ I can't recall. I'll put it on the screen if I can find it. I screenshotted it the other night, but I think it was something for owners, Q&A, frequently asked questions section of the website, and it talked about oil consumption. And in this oil consumption article, it said, well, oil consumption is normal. It is something that we've always had. The fact that we didn't see it before is because we were going 3,000 miles between oil changes, and the fact that we were going 3,000 miles, the consumption hadn't caught up where we would notice it, and it was negligible between oil changes. Now that we go 6,000 miles or more on synthetic oil between oil changes, now the consumption is catching up to the mileage. And we're seeing, you know, the amount of consumption between these oil changes. Well, that's something new. We didn't see that before the F-Series engines came out. We haven't had this issue in the last 10 years. So what is normal oil consumption considered by Subaru? Subaru is now saying that burning 1/3 of a quart of oil every 1,200 miles or 1 quart of oil every 3,600 miles is normal and acceptable. That is not true. That has never been normal nor acceptable. This is the new norm to explain the oil consumption of these looser built F-Series engines with this really light synthetic oil. So this brings up quite a few questions. One, what is going to be the longevity of the F-Series engine now that we're having all this oil consumption happening at basically new? We're seeing people under 50,000 miles, 30,000 miles having pretty large consumption issues. Stuff we didn't see before until an engine was 200,000–300,000 miles on it and getting to the end of its life and worn out and time for a rebuild, you know. It hadn't even been properly cared for, and they had gone too long between oil changes, everything else. We had some wear issues, and the piston rings got worn down, and the valve guides got worn down, and it started consuming oil. That was back then. But now we've got new engines essentially that are consuming oil just the same. Well, this raises some concern in multiple ways. One, the longevity. If they're doing this now, if they're consuming 1 quart of oil every 3,600 miles new, what are they going to be like when they get to 200,000 miles or 300,000 miles if they last that long? As they age, they're going to wear and the consumption is going to rise. Not a good thing. The other thing that we have to worry about is the rest of the parts of the engine and this oil consumption. You're not just pouring oil in the engine and having to top up, you know, a quart of oil here or there. That's not all you're doing. You also got to worry about your spark plugs, because this oil is getting in the combustion chamber and burning. It's going to start carboning up and leaving deposits on your spark plugs. You're going to replace your spark plugs much more frequently. You're going to be getting a lot of deposits and buildup on your pistons that before were not getting there. You're going to get buildup and deposits on your exhaust and intake valves that was not getting there before. You're going to have oil contamination from all this burned oil on your oxygen sensors. You're going to have to replace your oxygen sensors more frequently to keep them from getting contaminated and not being able to adequately adjust your fuel-air ratio. You're also going to be dumping this oil into your catalytic converters and contaminating them, shortening their life. And you're going to have to be replacing these high-dollar catalytic converters more frequently. So it's not just I got to buy a couple quarts of oil between oil changes problem. It's I'm going to have to service my spark plugs more frequently. I'm going to have to worry about carbon deposits in my combustion chamber and on my valves that I didn't see before. This was, problems back in the 70s and 80s with old V8 engines that had 1,000,000 miles on them, that were wore out, and those old pickup trucks we saw beside us at the stop sign chugging blue smoke with tons of oil deposits and issues. This is going to be a bigger issue than just having to top up your engine oil. So, is it a fair trade-off? Is it a fair trade-off that we went from mid to high 20 mile to the gallon rating to mid 30 mile per gallon rating? Is the amount of money we're saving in fuel being offset enough for the long-term damage to the engine from consuming this oil, plus the extra cost of having to top up the engine with the synthetic oil between oil changes? I don't think it is. Personally, I don't think it is. Personally, I would like a tightly built, well-constructed, well-sealed engine that's going to be around 200,000-300,000 miles of good service. Case in point, my 2002 Outback LL Bean Edition with the 3-liter EZ30D engine. I run conventional 5W30 engine oil in it, and I go 5,000 miles between oil changes. I consume, on average, between 1/3 and 1/4 of a quart of oil in 5,000 miles on a nearly 300,000 mile car. My brother's 2011 Outback 2.5i Limited that you saw in the past two videos, it has 186,000 miles on it. It's an EJ253. It's the last EJ253. It runs conventional 5W30 engine oil in it, and we go 5,000 miles on our oil changes on it. Consumption in it, just about the same, about 1/3 or 1/4 of a quart. Almost negligible amounts of oil consumed between oil changes. And it is being consumed, it's not leaking. His engine doesn't have any oil leaks, my engine doesn't have any oil leaks, other than a small seepage from the timing cover that just started recently. It's not dripping, there's no running oil, dripping oil, liquid oil, it's just a little bit of seeping oil that has had some dirt attracted to it. So it's not leaking, it's being consumed. That's normal. That small, tiny little amount of oil for 5,000 mile service is normal. A quart of oil every 3,600 miles is not normal. I don't care what Subaru says, it's not normal. It's not the way it has been. So, again, you have to ask yourself, is the trade-off worth it? Is the trade-off in all these engine parts that are being contaminated by the oil consumption and the fact that you're having to buy this high-dollar synthetic oil to keep your engine topped up between oil changes, is that worth the 5 miles a gallon, 6 miles a gallon, 8 miles a gallon that you're picking up with this car compared to the older Subarus? Like I said, honestly, I don't think it is. To me, it's not. I'm not going to buy a new Subaru that I have to keep dumping oil into that gets a slight mile per gallon edge over my old reliable 2002 LL Bean. It's not worth it. In no way, shape, or form is it worth it. So, what are you to do if you have a newer Subaru and have the oil consumption issues? So, Subaru said that their guideline is 1 quart of oil, 3,600 miles is acceptable. Anything above that is, then we're getting in the danger territory. So if you're having issues with your Subaru consuming oil, go to your Subaru dealership, tell them that you're having concerns about the oil consumption. Request an oil consumption test. Subaru will do an oil consumption test. If I recall correctly, the parameters, you'll go in every 1,000 miles after an oil change and they will take a note of the amount of oil you're consuming. And if it's at a certain point, certain threshold, they will replace your short block under warranty within a certain amount of years and mileage. You have to get the dealerships. You'll have to get the specifications on it from Subaru of America via their hotline or your local Subaru dealership. I don't know all the specifics, but I do know if you're burning oil and it's an excessive amount, request the oil consumption test. They will replace your short block. That said, I've seen lots of people in the comments tell me they've had their short block replaced once, twice, and they're still having oil consumption issues. So, I don't really know what to say. It's not a great predicament to be in for the new owners. That said, let me just tell you right now, this is not a Subaru-only issue. Almost every manufacturer right now is having these same oil consumption issues. Subaru has been the kid with the letter on their back saying "kick me" over the oil consumption issue because the media has been targeting them because they've got a big target on their back right now anyway because of their exponential growth in the last 10 years. Toyota has had lots of oil consumption issues recently. They have had to recall a bunch of engines and re-ring them for the oil consumption. Honda is having oil consumption issues. GM is having oil consumption issues. Ford is having oil consumption issues. BMW and Audi are having oil consumption issues. A lot of them. They're actually rated. I found it was a website the other day and it had a chart. I think it was the top 10 vehicles right now with oil consumption issues. I will put it right here. I think I screenshot it. But if I remember right, BMW and Audi are very top of the list, and Subaru is sprinkled around the middle and bottom of that list. Still, oil consumption is not a great thing to be going on with your new car, but still, it seems to be that that's going to be the new norm now for your engine to consume oil. That's just the way it looks like it's going to be for now. That is the way that manufacturers are squeezing every drop of fuel economy out of their engines. So yeah, this video has been kind of all over the place. What can I wrap up and conclude with? I'm not exactly sure. But tried to give you a little bit more information to work on. Tried to inform you a little bit of why the oil consumption has been going on in the Subarus, where it stems from, what the causes are, and what does it mean for the future. Please leave your comments below of your personal experience with oil consumption in your modern Subaru, what you've been through with Subaru, warranties, the dealership, etc., what they've told you about the oil consumption issues in your car, what they have done to remedy the issue for you. Have they pushed you off, brushed you off, swept your concerns under the rug? Have your concerns fallen on deaf ears? Let me know your experiences. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a little something. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.